Hello, this is Business Now, reaching you live from iBrandTV News Studios in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, Russia threatens to shut main gas pipeline to Germany amid invasion crisis. Head of World Food Program warns the conflicts in Ukraine could send global food prices soaring. Nigeria Customs Service suspends its controversial vehicle identification number policy. A net worth of world's second richest man declines by $8.28 billion. Hello again, and thanks very much for joining us. I'm Michael Nath. Now we'll begin business now from Russia, looking at the impact of the ongoing crisis on the state of the economy and businesses' activities across the globe. Russia has threatened to cut its main gas pipeline to Germany if the West goes ahead with a ban on its oil. Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak said a rejection of Russian oil would lead to catastrophic consequences for the global market, causing prices to more than double to 300 barrels a day. Now, the U.S. has been exploring a potential ban with allies as way of punishing Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. But Germany and the Netherlands rejected the plan on Monday. The EU gets about 40% of its gas and 30% of its oil from Russia and has no easy substitutes if supplies are disrupted. While the UK would not be directly impacted by supply disruption, as it imports less than 5% of its gas from Russia, it will be affected by prices rising in the global markets as demand in Europe increases. In an address on Russian state television, Novak said it would be impossible to quickly find a replacement for Russian oil on the European market, pointing to Germany's decision last month to freeze certification of Nord Stream 2, a new gas pipeline connecting the two countries. He added that an oil embargo could prompt retaliation. Russia is the world's top producer of natural gas and second top producer of crude oil, and any move to sanction its energy industry would badly damage its own economy. Now, the head of the World Food Program, David Beasley, warns that the conflict in Ukraine could send global food prices soaring with a catastrophic impact on the world's poorest. Ukraine and Russia are both major exporters of basic foodstuff, and the war has already hit crop production, driving up prices. Beasley said it was putting more people at risk of starvation worldwide. Russia and Ukraine, once dubbed the breakfast or breadbasket of Europe, export about a quarter of the world's wheat and half of its sunflower products like seeds and oil. Ukraine also sells a lot of corn globally. Analysts have warned that war could impact the production of grains and even double global wheat prices. Now, gasoline prices are pushing even farther above $4 a gallon, the highest price that American motorists have faced since July 2008, as calls grow to ban imports of Russian oil. Prices at the pump were rising long before Russia invaded Ukraine and have spiraled faster since the start of the war. The U.S. national average for a gallon of gasoline has soared 45 cents a gallon in the past week and stopped $4.06 on Monday, according to Auto Club. Now, similarly, dock workers around the world are pushing to widen bans on Russian ships from their ports, moves that would potentially blacklist more than 1,700 vessels connected to the country, as its invasion of Ukraine strains already disrupted global supply chains. Longshoremen unions from Canada, the US, and Australia are taking the steps on their own or are asking their governments to refuse entry to Russian merchant ships following the UK's decision to do so as part of a growing array of sanctions against Vladimir Putin's regime. Paddy Crumlin, president of the International Transport Workers Federation, said in a statement Thursday that workers around the world are defiant in opposition to Russia's invasion, including thousands of dock workers showing solidarity with the people of the Ukraine and contempt for Putin's aggression. The shipping industry that served as a lifeline to economies through the pandemic is joining the global backlash against Putin's military offensive by severing trade links. Almost all of the largest seaborne container carriers, with China's COSCO shipping company being a notable exception, are publicly refusing to book Russian cargo. And now on the local scene, members of the host communities producing oil and gas are kicking against identified loopholes in the Petroleum Industry Act and are calling on the Senate to effect necessary modifications in the Act. This was disclosed in a memorandum signed by the National President, Hostcom, Benjamin Tamaranebi, and filed with the Senate Joint Committee on Petroleum Industries public hearing on the 2021 PIA Amendment Bill. The memo noted that Hostcom members were not included in the inauguration of the steering committee and the appointment of the various governing boards of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission, and Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authorities. It said that no attention was paid to the concerns impacting host communities. It raised concerns about the isolation of the host villages, who are meant to be the first key of stakeholders. Now, the Nigerian Exchange Limited sustained a sliding profile at the reopening of transactions on Monday, as many blue chip stocks, especially Niger Insurance and ICO, depreciated in price, resulting in a further decline in market capitalization by $4 billion, or 4 billion naira. The all-share index declined by 6.00%, representing a decrease of 0.01% to close at 47,262.61 points. Similarly, the overall market capitalization value lost 3 billion naira to close at 25.472 trillion naira. The market's negative performance was driven by price depreciation in large and medium capitalized stocks, which are Seplat Energy, Africa Prudential, Union Bank of Nigeria, Nascon Allied Industries, and Unilever Nigeria. The Nigeria Customs Service on Monday announced the suspension of its controversial vehicle identification number policy for valuation of imported vehicles. The contentious valuation policy, which effectively hiked the customs duty payable on fairly used imported vehicles by more than 200%, was resisted by clearing agents operating at the Tinkan Island and PTML customs commands in Lagos. The agents blockaded the two customs commands, refusing to allow the clearing of goods from the port. However, customs announced the suspension of the policy for 30 days via a circular. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has expressed interest to participate in the acquisition of the power plants put up for sale by the federal government through the Nigeria Integrated Power Plants. The group managing director of NNPCL, Malam Mele Kolo Kiri, said this when he led the top management team of the firm to BPE in Abuja. Kiri said as an oil company and enabler organization, NNPCL was determined to boost power generation and supply to Nigerian homes through increased investment. Hence, it had signed a contract with China Machinery Engineering Company and General Electric to provide 50 megawatts of electricity to Maiduguri, Borno State. Director General of the Bureau of Public Enterprises, Alex A. Oko, said that the NNPCL had indicated interest in the acquisition of some NIPP plants and would be given a level playing ground to compete with other bidders. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has assisted Nigeria with a total of $6.8 billion in emergency support to cushion the effect of the coronavirus pandemic in 2020 and 2021. IMF country representative in Nigeria, Ari Aison, who spoke at the American Business Council Economic Update, where experts explored opportunities and imperatives for businesses in Nigeria, said, quote, because of the pandemic, IMF has extended emergency assistance of $3.4 billion in 2020. In 2021 also, because of the pandemic, there was a special drawing right allocation of $3.4 billion. It is an additional resource to boost international reserves of the country. So in 2 years, $6.8 billion was deployed in emergency support for Nigeria, end of quote. The federal government is calling for expression of interest on the proposed national carrier named Nigeria Air. The Ministry of Aviation disclosed this on Monday in a statement shared on its Twitter handle. Last week, the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, announced that the government would issue a request for proposals to intending investors. He added that the government would own only 5% of the airline shares and had already begun with the AOC, Air Operator Certificate. About 51 oil and gas companies owed the Federation, Department of Petroleum Resources and Federal Internal Revenue Service 1.32 trillion naira in 2020, just as petrol subsidy gulped 106 billion naira between January and June 2020. The Executive Secretary of Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Orji Obunaya Orji, stated this while representing the 2020 Oil and Gas Industry Report in Abuja on Monday. He said the debt figure dropped from the 2.6 trillion naira owed by 77 firms in 2019. The report, which was unveiled along with a solid mineral report and a fiscal allocation and statutory disbursement report in Abuja, said that the 106.9 billion naira subsidy was paid only from January to June 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic era. Now, the Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has expressed satisfaction with what he described as the high interest of Nigerians in the agricultural sector, expressing the bank's commitment to boosting local production. Emefiele said this while addressing journalists during an inspection tour of a palm plantation at Odiye village in the Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State. He commended the federal government's foresight to revamp the agricultural sector, with the CBN playing a major role. Emefiele said with the rising cost of food items across the globe, Nigeria would have been in a dire circumstance if the proactive measures were not taken. Now, still to come, World Bank approves $723 million emergency financing package for Ukraine. Details of these and more business headlines after this break. Stay with us.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin. the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sabi cook the banga. Not going to enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efo riro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
You're watching Business Now on iBrandTV Lagos. Now to African news. A U.S. company with the aid of the United States Embassy and Consulate in Nigeria has launched a $100 million state-of-the-art diaper manufacturing facility in Ikorodu, Lagos. The new facility is Kimberly-Clark's, an American brand headquartered in Texas, the United States, with operations across many countries. According to the company, in its press release, the facility has the capacity to create over 1,000 direct and 5,000 indirect jobs, with the potential to scale over the next 3 to 5 years of operation. Now, Rocket Health, a Ugandan startup using technology to transform the delivery of medical care, has secured a fresh $5 million Series A round, bringing the total secured fund to $6.2 million, led by Credev, an evergreen investment firm backed by Mulier's family. The funding round also saw the participation of early-stage African investors such as Grenfell Holdings and Lofty Incorporated Capital Management. Now, the healthcare startup has also partnered with ADA, a Berlin-based and end-user on self-assessment platform, to integrate artificial intelligence into its teleconsultations, as well as to scale its integrated digital health solution to more regions across East Africa over the next 2 years, further extending to West Africa and others in coming years. Now, on the foreign scene, the World Bank has approved a $723 million grant package for Ukraine, which would help the country's government budget while it fights a Russian invasion. The World Bank Board of Executive Directors authorized a supplemental budget support package for Ukraine, termed Financing of Recovery from Economic Emergency in Ukraine, for $489 million, according to a statement posted on its website. Fast disbursing support, according to the bank, will assist the government in providing important services to Ukrainian citizens, such as wages for hospital employees, pensions for the aged, and social programs for the vulnerable. Leading Russian banks are looking into using a Chinese payment rival after Visa and MasterCard suspended operations, while all the big global accounting firms said they would pull out of Russia in the latest corporate fallout over the invasion of Ukraine. Ernst & Young and Deloitte cut ties Monday with their operations in Russia, both saying they would work to support thousands of colleagues who will be affected. Ernst & Young cited what it called the shocking and abhorrent war in Ukraine, and Deloitte also said a host of foreign companies have suspended financial services in Russia, as well as major brands from Apple to Shell and IKEA, as part of a larger move by the West to isolate Russia and cut it off from the global financial system. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express withdrew their services over the weekend. Now, FTX cryptocurrency exchange, one of the world's leading cryptocurrency exchanges, has established FTX Europe, a subsidiary of the global exchange like that of its counterpart FTX US. FTX announced that the European domain of the FTX's platform has won approval for the Cyprus financial market regulator, CSEC. FTX Europe will offer products and services across the European Economic Area through an unidentified investment firm licensed to operate across the region. The division is headquartered in Switzerland with an additional base in Cyprus. As previously mentioned, FTX Europe will seemingly be the crypto exchange's European equivalent of FTX US, which was launched to American users in 2020 and now touts an $8 billion valuation following a $400 million fundraising in January. The ongoing geopolitical uncertainty in Eastern Europe and the present erratic nature of investors are hurting the world's elites in dollar terms. Jeff Bezos, the chairman of Amazon and the second richest man in the world, saw his net worth decline by $8.28 billion, bringing his year-to-date loss to $30.3 billion and his net worth to $162 billion. Among the broader technology sector, Amazon shares are down Monday as the Russia-Ukraine conflict progresses, with effects at a ceasefire and an evacuation of Mariupol failing, and after Russian forces seized control of the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant in Ukraine. Now we go on a commercial break. We'll be back shortly to join Perpetua for more news update across the globe. I'm Michael Nath. Thanks very much for watching.